Rightio, I received this part from a Aprilia dealer in the post under a recall called chain tightener support. It's basically that puppy up in there, cam chain tensioner, more commonly known as. I haven't done one of these before. I have done a cam chain, so how hard can it be? I've got the Aprilia operating procedure, they call it, up on the laptop here. Looks like need to get it down to the point where the clutch case cover is off. I've covered that in a previous clip on upgrading the clutch springs, if anyone wants to see that. And I'm not going to show you taking the fairings off. Pretty sure everyone knows how to do that by now. One quick thing, in the box is also a bag with a 6mm grub screw that comes in handy later on, so don't lose that. Rightio, we'll get her stripped down and up to top dead centre and go from there. So right cover's off. Next step in the procedure apparently is to rotate the crankshaft to find upper dead centre, inserting the timing pin number, blah blah blah. Well, regarding the timing pin, here's my unofficial one, a 4mm Allen key, just the right size, and it goes in this hole here. Won't go in all the way at the moment because I haven't aligned it. It's all very well turning it from the other side if you've got two people, but I don't. So the easiest way to do it is have your back of your bike on a paddock stand like this, and then just putting the bike in a high gear and then just whacking the back wheel until things turn. I'll set the camera up, and so I've got two hands and I'll show you. So just keep a bit of pressure on the Allen key and just keep pushing that wheel. There we are, in just like that. Also, I don't know if you can see, there's a painted pen mark on this gear here that now aligns exactly where it meshes with the clutch gear, so that tells us something, we must be in the right spot. Also too, I can see through a hole in the casing here, the con rod, and it's in the upper position near the top of the stroke, so we're all good to move on to the next stage. I've put the cable tie on to hold the chain back off the tensioning blade. It has to go around the chain on this side, but on the other side it goes around the guide. So it doesn't go around both sides of the chain as such, and that'll hold it over towards the front of the bike. Next step is just to take out the old tensioner, these 8mm bolts here. So I'll start working on getting that out. Just a matter of backing these out evenly. Oh, here we go. Voila. That is the original one removed. I'm just looking at the difference in the body length on these things. The replacement one's got all this extra length here. I'm guessing that's the spring that gives it the extra tension, but it is going to be tight getting it up in there. Hopefully don't have to remove anything back there out of the way, but we shall find out. So the new tensioner comes in this position, and what you're supposed to do is pull this pin out which releases it. I've already done it, so I was having a bit of a play, but I can release it by giving it a hit like that, which is what's going to happen once it's installed. So it ends up in this position after you've pulled the pin. Then you get a small screwdriver and you rearm it, basically putting the tension back on the spring. And you have to give it a bit of a tight squeeze at the end there so it holds where it wants to disarm again. And then there's the grub screw that came in the bag that looks to have Loctite on it. Can you guys see that? Just turn this around a bit. I've got to be careful I don't trigger it. That goes in there. Of course it doesn't want to, that would be typical. What's going on here? Don't think it's cross-threaded. I think it's just the Loctite, you would hope. Oh, yeah. Very tight. And there we are. It's supposed to extend past the body 0.5 millimetre, I think it said, but better go and check that on the notes. Right, I'm ready to put the new tensioner in. Not sure if you can see it. It has up stamped on it here. So it is, where are we? It's got up there. So it is directional. Main thing is I don't want to disarm it or release it. So I've got to get it in carefully. There's not much room without bumping it too much. I got this. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Nice. Right, there we are. So it's in position. And now I can put the two securing bolts back in carefully so I don't disarm it, obviously, and get it all good to go. Right, I won't bore you with watching me do that. Right, the bolts are in. I couldn't get my torque wrench in there because there's not enough room basically. That's right, just did them by hand. 10 Newton meters is the spec. If you have a different sort of a system for torquing. One thing I would say is the bolt on the inside, the right bitch to get at, because you've got this body of the new tensioner in the way, but I was able to come in from underneath with my 8mm ring open ender and push it away. So I've armed the tensioner by tapping the side of the body with a spanner. I'll show you on the old one how it works. There we are, just like that. Doesn't take much. And I've actually confirmed that it has released. I put a inspection camera up here just to be doubly sure. So that's it pretty much. Now just get rid of my cable tie on the chain and remove the crank pin / Allen key. Most important to do that. And yeah, I'll get the side cover back on and probably give it a start up before I put the fairings on, just in the unlikely case that there's something not right. Jolly good. So I got the clutch cover back on, clutch cables adjusted correctly. Can't think of anything else I haven't done, so time for startup. There we are, mission accomplished. Upgraded cam chain tensioner installed. Well, I hope that helps someone else doing the same job perhaps. Catch you later.